in first.
Hey, maybe you got something on lacrosse for these people 2 days after the NFL draft.
Once again, Cliff, I would like you to weigh in first.
All right.
I'll be. Look, I won't even.
Dateline Las Vegas. Former heavyweight champion John Ruiz is retiring.
Another guy I thought retired already.
Hey, Geno, would you like this? All right, and finally, Geno, Bryan, Texas. Former Houston Oilers quarterback Dan Pastorini has been charged with driving while intoxicated.
God, so what? Good for him. Did he kill anyone? No. Is he going to get punished? Good. I'm sorry.
He was involved in a 3-vehicle collision late Sunday. He was arrested
That sounds like
Monday.
a retired boxer and hockey coach. That's a 3-vehicle collision.
Former Houston Oilers quarterback Dan Pastorini is 60 years old.
Oh, well, good to see he's still drinking. A lot of people quit when they hit their 40s or 50s. You know, but he's not a quitter. Sometimes I'll run into an AA meeting with a scotch and say, here's to you, you bunch of quitters. Am I right? Then I'll just throw a bunch of airport liquor bottles at me and watch the melee.
Right.
At them.
Melee or melee?
Melee. Fracas.
Pastorini was alone when his car rear-ended
You're still
a
reading the
pickup.
goddamn Pastorini story.
You said the GD word.
I didn't say the WHORE word. I wasn't allowed to.
Speaking of which,
Thank you for getting the
hell of a
spelling.
party on Saturday night.
What was Saturday night?
Courtney Friel's birthday party.
I didn't get the invite.
Well, I did. Were you there? Cliff?
Once again, left off.
It was a great bash.
Where was this bash?
On the Upper West Side.
Oh,
Am I
see-
allowed to say that?
I don't think I go to the Upper West Side a lot.
It was on the Upper West Side, and it was a very good-looking crowd. We'll put it that way.
Really? Well, if you were there, that's a handsome
I
crowd
wasn't
right there.
speaking about myself. She had one
Did
of
you
those...
bring your girl there?
Yeah, I did.
Love her.
Yeah, me too.
Sweetie.
Probably more than you.
Yes. Well, you have to. It's the law.
If you go to Facebook, I can show the photos that Courtney posted.
Oh, there's
If that
an idea.
stupid orange carrot was there and not me, I'm going to be pissed.
If I go to Facebook, then my Facebook page?
Stop throwing stuff, Cliff.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Courtney posted the photos.
Cliff, while I'm doing that, Cliff, tell us about the NFL draft. You went. Tell us what it was
God,
like
Cliff.
from insider's point of view.
Pretty interesting. Obviously, Tebow going to Denver at number 25. Jimmy Clausen not getting drafted at all in the first round. To me, those were the two most talked about things that happened.
Who are the winners and losers, Cliff? Cut to the chase.
Winners, Seattle, I thought won big. Not only getting a couple of really good picks, but getting Leon Washington and Lindale White in the trade.
And Lindale White, who played under Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll knows how to get the most out of the kid.
Absolutely.
Although, what do you think Pete Carroll this time can translate into a good NFL coach? Because
I do.
Oh, wait, Pete Carroll's coaching Seattle.
Yeah.
Thank
Carroll.
you for that.
Well,
There you go.
and they just love bringing in guys like Erickson, who just bottoms out. And it was oh no, Spurrier was he
I
went
heard they
to
were hiring Dan
Washington, right.
Pastorini to
Yes,
play
they are,
quarterback again.
because that guy can play drunk, and that's what you need on a Sunday in the NFL. If you're going to go out Saturday night and hang with Courtney Friel on the Upper West Side, check her out on Facebook. You got to be able to play drunk.
We were about to talk last week. I was on with you, and
Right.
we were talking about what's his name, the quarterback, Tim Tebow.
Right.
Are you kidding me? A commercial?
This is a cliffhanger.
30 minutes and you're going to do a commercial?
This is a
I could
cliffhanger.
stay. Okay.
More on Tim Tebow and Facebook pictures of Courtney Friel's birthday party coming up right after this. I'm really
So like I said, once they find the monkey, all charges are going to be dropped.
welcome.
I'm pretty sure.
Welcome back to the Fox News
And,
Hour.
and it turns out the guy was a dentist, even though that's not what it said on his van.
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
okay.
That's a good story, though. I have one of the pictures up from the party now. Now that's Courtney on the in the right side there with her cake on fire, and you see all the paparazzi with the cameras to the left there. All the paparazzi with the cameras.
It was a place to be, huh?
Yes, paparazzi.
Was that an exciting picture?
It was. It beats the hell out of talking about the Chargers draft,
wanna see a picture of my dog?
moving up to 12 and mortgaging their future
about
to
a
the Dolphins, who wouldn't know how to use a draft pick. It bit them on the ass.
How about Spanx wearing a tie before?
Is that your dog, Spanx?
Night? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How much did you pay when they said it's Spuds McKenzie's great nephew? How much did you pay for that, genius?
Spanx is awesome.
Here, wait, maybe I have a picture of my cat, Tristan. Can we get that? Here we go.
Spanx had a date with a dog 20 times his size last night.
Did he really?
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
pretty funny. So Tim Tebow was a surprise, right?
It was a disaster.
Right. Going to Denver, 25, huge risk for the Broncos.
You think?
Let me say this, and I'm sorry, but I'm asking
problem.
you, Cliff, as much as you were. Don't you think this is pretty much going to spell the end of McDaniels if this doesn't pan out?
Absolutely.
And this is what you've done. You've taken a team like the Denver Broncos, who were good. They just need to. When you are in first place and have a monumental collapse, and then you're 8-0 or 7-0 undefeated, you have another monumental collapse.
Yeah.
It's not that you're bad. It's you're missing one or two pieces, right? So why don't you be smart and take a thing that's got an 80% chance of success to fill in for Cutler and Marshall, as you go forward, and there's a good chance you will get that missing piece, an 80-90% chance you get that missing piece. But now in two huge reaches, Tebow, and before that, Demaryius Thomas, receiver with Dez Bryant still on the board. Mm-hmm. Now you've got a 20% chance that these guys will be marginally better. You know what I'm saying? It's a little thing called numbers. But I'm saying there's an 80% chance you've mortgaged your future, ended your career. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think McDaniels is the type of guy who takes over a company with a new boss who feels he has to change everything.
Yeah.
Whether it was good or bad, the old has to go. So he's gotten rid of Cutler, gotten rid of Marshall. Now he has Tebow. This is his team now. Now, I don't think it's a better team, but that's what he decided to do.
I think it's a markedly worse team.
He didn't have much of a choice with Marshall, right? I mean, the guy.
They could have paid him. They could have paid him. Regardless of whatever he's done off the field, he's been one of the most productive receivers in the league, and he's young.
But I think it's good to get rid of. You're right. They could have paid him, but I don't have a problem with them getting rid of him. It's like, look, you're out of here, okay? And it's like, we said it now. Okay, we just get a receiver. That's even. Well, they needed a big name receiver because Eddie Royal needs a good receiver better than the quarterback there because Eddie Royal vanishes as the number 2 guy,
Geno,
and they didn't do that.
I disagree with you on one point.
Yes.
I still believe Tim Tebow will be an excellent.
I hope Tim Tebow will be, but who's going to teach him to be a good QB? Who?
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels better because I'll tell you who can't. Who's their quarterback now? Orton. He's not a leader. He's a plug-in kind of winner. You know who's going to be? The Chargers are going to win that division, and I know I'm a fan and I'm cocky, but they have no excuse not to. But I'll tell you who's going to be a force, who's going to vie for the number 2, maybe even a wild card. The Chiefs. Yeah. Chiefs had a really good draft. They took Eric Berry, who is a can't miss. He's the kind of guy that if you take him one and he's the biggest flop ever, you're like, okay, no big deal. You know what I mean? It just didn't work out, but he's going to be great. On the offensive side of the ball, who did they get? They got
Who they got?
their second. Who?
I don't know.
Chiefs.
Who cares about the Chiefs?
I'm going to tell you the Chiefs got.
Who was the quarterback one number?
Oh, they got
Bradford.
They got Dexter, that running back.
McCluster.
Dexter McCluster, who with Thomas Jones as a backup could be a great slot receiver.
I think Tim Tebow outperformed Sam Bradford. How about that?
I don't think Tim Tebow will get enough
I'll
starts
take
to
that. How
outperform
much?
Sam Bradford.
How much? I'll take it.
How about this?
I think he outperforms him here in the strategy room. We'll be talking about.
How about the Derby? You know the Derby's is Saturday.
Is it really?
The
Oh, you
Kentucky
can't
Derby?
bet enough money on the 3-7 exacta box. It's my lucky number.
3-7.
And by the way, as long as they're talking about the Rams, they talked
Awesome,
about this.
man.
See, the Rams are idiots for taking Bradford up there when they could have taken Ndamukong Suh. And if you look at how late, I like saying it, Ndamukong Suh. And if you look at how many quarterbacks were left in the 2nd and 3rd round, Colt McCoy, Jimmy Clausen going late, you could add in Ndamukong Suh and any one of those QBs to groom for a year. You didn't take it. And we already said Chan Gailey should be killed because we don't. Who did he take, you said, at QB? In the 19th round?
Oh, God.
He took him about, people, he took him about 20
Brown.
minutes ago. Go check the failure Twitter feed.
Troy State.
But, let's not forget the New York Jets had some monumental late-season collapses, a la the Denver Broncos.
Well, I think Favre was responsible mostly for that collapse, playing with the dislocated ligament thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of dislocated ligament, how was your weekend, handsome?
Not bad.
I say a strong
I got the
safely-
twit pick. Thank you.